This
Okay.
is gonna, and I have an overhead camera. So what I'm gonna do as we work
Okay.
together, when you're demonstrating, I'm gonna do what you're doing, except I'll have an overhead view. So you've got the
Okay.
side view, and that's a really good thing.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
So go ahead and do your thing.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I do is put a layer of the glue water mixture on a dryer sheet just to get it nice and wet.
So Denise, I'm going to ask you. So the glue consistency you said needs to be kind of like pretty runny, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I feel like it's easier to work with that way. And
Yeah.
it soaks into the tissue paper as you lay it down.
Uh-huh.
So it makes it stick really well.
Got it.
So then I just take pieces of the tissue.
And do you just tear them up a little bit to small bits?
Yes, I just literally tear them in shreds, just like this, just pieces. And
Okay.
I have a stash whenever I get a pretty tissue paper in a gift or from shopping one of the neat shops downtown or something like that. I just tear it up and put it in my pile.
Great. That's cool. I found some napkins and
Yes.
different fun things to play with. Can you put leaves and other like the skeleton leaves and things like that in it?
I would think you certainly could. I
Okay.
can't imagine why not. I would think that that would work just great. And whatever you put in it, seriously, it's going to look beautiful and unique after you're done with it.
It's definitely, this looks like so much fun.
I really like to do it. I don't know what I'll do
Can
with
you
all of my.
layer? Do you just do lots of layers? Like, okay.
I layer them on top, just whatever look appeals to you. But I do end up with lots of layers usually.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm painting on my glue now. And you're
That's a
using a
beautiful,
chip brush, I saw.
right?
And I don't have a chip brush, but I do have a bristle paintbrush, like
Okay,
you know, uh, just a regular old brush that I use for acrylics.
right, right. Something a little stiffer seems to work well.
Yeah, great. Oh boy, here I'm going to lay down my first thing, and you just paint right over it.
Yes.
Okay. Oh boy,
Messy fun.
it is. It's we've had a messy few weeks together, haven't we?
Yeah, yes.
Do you prefer to have rough edges on like when on your torn
Yes.
papers? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I
So
do. And whenever I see one that's got a straight edge, I usually will put it toward the edge so that the
got it.
straight edge is off of the final sheet.
That's it's amazing. I'm already seeing how fun the layering is with the tissue paper
Mm-hmm.
because you can see right through them.
Exactly.
Wow. And I'm hoping everybody can see both of us, or however you want to do it. But I spotlighted my camera and Denise's camera so that you can see it. And I could see I see Tony's working on it. Good.
Good.
Yeah. So that's nice that we can kind of work together. And do you find that if their glue is too thin, will that make it less sticky or less or how is there any kind of solution? Or 'cause I'm feeling my glue is thin, but I don't know if that's really true. Maybe I'm just
Yeah.
worried about it.
Um, I think it'll all work out just fine
Okay.
because it'll maybe if it's got more water, it'll take a little longer to dry or
Okay.
but I usually will leave mine on the plastic um, tablecloth overnight.
Okay. Is there any
And
way
then
to expedite drying if you can't leave something overnight? Do you
I'm not
use
sure about that. I have
like a
not tried.
dryer?
Yeah. I have not tried that. I'm pretty
Well,
impatient also, but
yeah. Well, it's funny because this table I work on, I have to do all. This is my work table, so it's like, okay, well, I
sure.
can't leave it on overnight, but I could move it, I guess, somewhere.
Maybe you can pick the whole tablecloth up
That might work.
and move it.
Uh,
I actually think I did that once.
What's amazing is that dryer sheet is just a nice. It reminds me of mulberry paper. You know
Hmm.
the mulberry
It does.
papers that you would buy that are
It
very
does.
expensive, right? And you're
Yes.
making your own. It's pretty cool.
Recycling,
Yeah, the
making
best.
something beautiful out of trash.
Yeah. And if you save all of your gift wrap, you know that tissue paper that you get, you can make this kind of stuff too with that.
Yes, absolutely.
This is fun. Now this could be very addictive. I can see you'd want to do this for like more than just an hour. You'd want to
Yes. Yeah,
just do it.
a bunch of them.
I found some tissue paper on Amazon
Mhm.
it's fabulous. It has all these just like patterns and
Yeah,
it's really
cool.
cool.
I think I like that one. I'll stop there on that one. And then I just go on to the next.
And then if you could show just a sec, if your iPad is we're seeing your process, but if you could just point it just a little so we can see the actual, because it looks like it shifted a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So we could
Right.
see it. There you go. That's beautiful. Perfect.
Okay.
Awesome.
Forgive me for a moment for moving around.
You're doing great, by the way. You're hired.
Oh, no.
Maybe you can take my job when I, when I
No,
retire.
no. You are a star of this.
That's great. It's really fun. So how thick do you usually go? How many layers do you usually go on these?
You know, I've got some that are really fairly thick. If I didn't like what the way it was going,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then started, decided I wanted to do a different kind, but I've put lots of layers on it. And here again, here are some of them that I've made. And
Oh, those are beautiful.
I just think they're really pretty. This was a neat tissue paper that I got off of my neighbor, and I
Oh my,
loved it. Isn't that adorable?
that's great.
But I'm
Great
out of
stuff.
it. I'm out of it.
I'm hoping everybody can see both. We're just kind of working together. And this is my very first time at doing this. I'm really excited that I can to get to do this. And I was going to ask you too, Denise, do you layer, if you have like pieces of tissue that are hanging out off of the dryer sheet, that's okay? I mean,
Yes, and I always end up like that, and so
okay.
I have trimmed them off of some, but
Okay.
if I like the look of it, then maybe not. And
Hmm.
I've put some pages. I put some pages in my journal that I work on from time to time, and have attached photos to them. Makes a cute background for that. Um,
Very cool.
and, yeah.
This is really, really very satisfying.
I think so too.
You've
The
got me
first time I
hooked.
did it, I thought,
You've got me hooked, Denise. Yeah, on a new thing.
good. We
When
can
you
never
let it
have.
when you let it dry, do you have to do something so it doesn't stick to the plastic?
No, it peels right off.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you
Yes,
for
it
asking.
is. Yes.
Can you imagine if you do? This might be cool if you have a surface that you are really just not happy with, like an old dresser or something. Wouldn't this be fun to do this on the
Oh,
surface and then do, or just even a journal cover would be fun to do
yes.
this. Something,
Yeah.
yeah, then it's right on there. I think this is fun.
Where's my?
Denise, do you afterwards, after it's dry, do you do anything like a seal it with acrylic sealer or anything, or is that sealed with the glue?
I haven't, and I guess it probably is sealed with the glue. Do you
Mhm.
think?
Yeah.
Here's a page that I put in my journal with a little picture of my granddaughter on it,
Oh, I
and
love that.
I actually rubber stamped on it as well.
Lovely.
It turned out really cute.
It does. That's really cool. Yeah, this is a nice background, collage background, or you could,
Mhm.
or just a background in general. I can imagine doing like with what I'm doing. Afterwards, I can cut it to the size, glue it onto my
Sure.
substrate, whatever that is, and
Mhm.
then put a little finished watercolor or a finished paint, a photo. That would be great.
Cute.
Wouldn't that be neat?
Oh, your papers are beautiful.
You know
Yes,
what
I
else
love.
would be great is you can take hole punches and punch holes with the tissue, out of the tissue paper
Yeah,
and do all kinds of make round shapes and layer them.
sure, sure.
Wow.
See, you have the best ideas.
Wow. Uh, Thank you. But it's been kind of a
It's your-
long journey of getting, of doing, practicing, and then learning like the way I'm learning today. Just trying something new,
Mhm.
and then
Right.
you keep, then it becomes, especially when you love something, if you're enjoying it and you want to, you'll just keep. I don't know if I want to add more colors. I guess I'm gonna, because I like lots of color.
Yes.
It's funny how tissue paper doesn't have a grain. It's a very strange. It doesn't. It's not like normal paper where you can tear it with a. It's just an odd.
It goes every which
So it
way.
kind of goes everywhere. It doesn't have
Yes.
a grain,
Right.
but it's very fun. Now I got a new thing. You got me, Denise.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun to see what everybody else has.
Yes. I can't wait.
And then after you've done some, what you feel satisfied with, and then what you can do is take your iPad and show everybody, because it's just
Okay.
that one. I think this is going to work better, because I guess it's hard to work and hold a camera at the same time.
Yeah.
I know I've tried and then never can get a steady shot.
Well, and I apologize for the seasickness.
Oh
I know
no,
I know
it's
how that is
she-
because I get seasick.
it's and it's all right. It's all fine. It wasn't. It's just. It is what it is. No big deal. Everybody's here, and I'm excited we're here. I'm going to grab a hole punch and just see while
Sure.
you're doing your thing.
Okay.
Just going to see how hole punches, if I can find mine. There we go. So I have these little hole punches here, these guys, and it'd be fun to see if I can punch holes in the
Great.
tissue paper. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
Make little
Yes.
polka dots.
Mhm.
Let's see. And the tissue paper is very thin. It doesn't like that.
No, it doesn't.
No, it didn't like it. Oh well. Next, I could maybe have a sharper punch. It might be better. I'll try it again with this punch. If I stack the tissue papers, maybe I can get more.
Sure.
Just
That might work.
there's different ways to try to get this.
Mhm. put a heavier sheet of paper underneath it. Or,
So what works is stacking your tissue paper. It kind of worked. It sort
okay.
of halfway worked. So I got some dots with the little tails on them,
Okay.
but that's okay. They can be used now. I
Yes,
just
I love that.
lay them on my surface here, and
That's a
just
great idea.
isn't that fun? You
Yes,
can make
that's a
little
great
polka dots.
idea. Love it.
And what you could do too is you can run it like you can run the punches that you have. If they need a
Mhm.
little sharpening, you just take some foil and punch a few sheets of foil with them, and that should sharpen them up.
Oh, that sharpens them.
Yeah,
That's great. Great to know.
it sharpens them somewhat. And I'm going through several. This time I'm going to go through several layers, and I'm going to see if that helps. And if it does, yep. Now I got all these nice little dots without any
Ooh,
problems. So you basically just need to fold several layers, and then you can get your dots.
where is my round hole punch? I don't know where my punches are.
This would be fun to do over one of those lampshades. You know those paper lampshades? Oh my! See, now you got me going here.
New home decor project.
How fun! This is just fun, and you just keep doing it until you got all of your sheet covered, right?
Yes, I do. I try to not leave any empty space. Of
No
dry
blank
sheet.
spaces.
No,
Not allowed.
no.
I've got. I don't even know where. Oh, there's one. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having fun. You're seeing some fun stuff. You can chime in if you have any questions. We're having this is our last mixed media Monday messy paper surface. Paper surface, we've been doing stuff with papers for now how many weeks, and we've amassed a lot of paper, nice collage papers and background papers, and we've done marbling and all kinds of fun stuff. So next
Yes, I'm
week,
sorry I missed the
oh,
marbling.
I know, I'm sorry you missed it too. Next week, we're going to go back to um, we're going back to our roots. We're going back to some doodling this next week.
Okay.
But we're going to do some watercolor ocean themed doodles.
Great.
So we're going to kind of be going to the beach for a while.
That's very apropos for me.
Everybody needs a little ocean time. So we're going to be doing that, and we'll have more simple materials. It won't be as messy as we've been lately. So that'll be good news. We'll be clean. Simple materials. I can just see how this can just keep going and going. And you can also, with your punches, you can take your little cutouts, the little parts that you cut out. Oh, it also look good. I've got this. Oh my gosh! You can make a little snowflakes, by folding them and cutting them, and then you can paste them on. Wow.
Sure. Yes.
That'd be fun. It just keeps on going.
See, you're coming up with all kinds of wonderful ideas to do with it. I love that.
That's the thing about when you collaborate, you work with somebody and then you just get all these ideas. It's the beauty, that's the fun of creating together. So I've got mine kind of a polka dot and stripe deal going here.
It's great. It's just beautiful. It's far more elegant than mine are.
Oh, And I also have, you know what else I have, and I'm going to try. I have this gold leaf that I've been, I've had forever. It's just this gold leaf. I've had it since I was, I don't know, in my 20s, and it's really beautiful stuff. And you can see these are like real gold sheets.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but what happens when you're doing with gold leaf, you get a lot of these little flakes that happen. See,
Right.
so I can just throw a few of the flakes down that are on the
Absolutely.
sheets. Yeah. Oh boy, this is trouble. So here I go. I'm going to throw some gold leaf flakes. Oh boy. I'm just going to toss them on the paper.
That's just beautiful.
Isn't that going to be crazy? Of course, they're sticking.
Yeah.
The gold leaf is very, it's really delicate. It's super thin.
Yes.
And years ago, I used to do gold leaf, I used to do faux finishing for
Mm.
houses. You know, I did gold leaf, just all kinds of stuff. And this was part of that.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm just going to try to get some more of that extra, maybe some extra pieces, and then that would be fun to keep adding. Just throw them on. Little
Yes, this is definitely something you can do that with.
This is a variegated blue, which is so pretty. If you're not careful, it can get all over the place. Then I guess I'll paint over it and see what happens. Oh, wow. Crazy.
It's good.
Also mica chips or, anything. I'm wondering how
Right.
mica would work. And I'm going to also try, just for fun, I have these little skeleton leaves. I don't know, these little guys.
Yes.
Have you ever seen these? They're little, very
Yes,
thin.
I have. Mhm.
Wondering how those would work. They may work, they may not, but I'll try.
It's gorgeous.
I guess what I could do is oh yeah, they do. Oh wow.
Oh, good.
Oh wow.
Oh, perfect.
Crazy.
Sure.
And then I could layer paint over or more tissue over that, and that'll kind of include, that will cause those to
Right.
put. And I got these skeleton leaves on Amazon, just so you know. What's
Mm.
nice about them, you can paint them yourself, like I painted these. You can paint them ahead of time, and then, or you can just, like what I'll try here is now that I'm just going to put a few of these on, like that, and you can paint them afterwards after you put them on your surface.
Sure.
So do you do several sheets at a time, like several different, like lay out your
Oh,
whole?
yes.
Do you do it on the whole thing?
I've done 4 already.
You have. Wow. See, I'm just
Yes.
still on I'm still on
Yeah.
one.
Well, that's what I said. Yours is much more beautiful and elegant than mine. Mine are
Oh,
like thrown together.
that's funny. No, I'm sure yours is beautiful. It'll be fun to see it. I'm just kind of taking my time as you're doing your thing. I'm just enjoying the process. It's just so cool.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm glad.
It's kind of fun. And what's nice about the skeleton leaves is when I'm layering over it, I do see the shape of the leaf is poking through on the tissue paper. So that is fun. That's a good thing. I'm thinking you could also use rice paper in this, the rice paper collages or paintings that we had been doing. That would work really good on this. Okay. When it dries, Denise, does it dry clear or what? Or does it kind of become more opaque again?
No, nice and clear.
Oh.
And your papers will show through very nicely.
Oh, wonderful. Can't wait. Where's the blow dryer?
Yeah.
Need that now.
Here's an example of a purple.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
So it dries very, very bright.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's like best. It's like, when do you know when to stop? It's just hard to know.
Yes. More is more.
More is better, right? In this
That's right.
case. I can see how this can go on and on. That's beautiful. How fun.
It's really, yours is very pretty.
Oh, thanks. I don't know. I think I'm ready to just stop it. Now, can you, if you lift it before it's dry, is that a bad thing? Oh, yeah. I guess you could,
No,
huh? It looks like I can lift it a little.
I think so. I think you
That's kind of
can.
cool. Just to see, you can kind of see, wow, that's like you can see on the back, I'm able to lift a
Mhm.
little bit. Huh. Actually, I kind of think I went a little overboard on some of this, but that's all right. I might even try to simplify things a little by putting back just taking a layer of this napkin and putting it on.
Sure.
Napkins come in a couple of layers. It's 2-ply.
Yeah.
I just realized you can peel off the first layer. There it
Yes.
is. Get rid of that. Then you have a really thin, translucent layer.
You do. Mhm.
Ooh. And it doesn't seem, if you go gently with your brush, it doesn't tear the paper. In the
Right.
liquidy, the more liquid, the less it tears. It looks like.
Right. Yeah. So there's a good reason to make it fairly liquid.
And this napkin I bought, napkins off of Amazon. Of course, everything I buy now is on Amazon because I
For the
haven't gone in a
delivery.
store in a year.
Yes.
but um, but they're really wonderful napkins. And then, oh, I forgot I had another napkin. If I could, now it's under my pile of stuff. I have napkins with words in them, which is kind of neat.
Oh, yes.
And I
Yes.
could just cut those
That'd
words
be,
out like with my
that would
scissors.
be,
Wouldn't that be
yes.
fun?
Yes. Excellent addition
Or I
to
could even just cut them out. It says, without which could not live, but only love is the only one I can think of. Oh, that's cool.
That's great.
She said, yeah, without which we could not live, but love is the only one I can think of. That's so cool.
I like that.
I'm trying to get those napkins apart. There we go.
Okay.
And then these are the ones where you can cut them out. I guess straight edges are not a bad thing if
Sure.
you want them. Go here. And here we go here. And afterwards, it'd be fun to see what people do. If you weren't prepped, that we understand. If you weren't prepped beforehand and you're watching this and you'd like to, make something like this, and it would be fun to see what you make. Just make sure you post your pictures so we can see. And then what would be really great is maybe doing a journal page or a journal cover
Mhm.
or something that we can use these pieces. I think I've done enough on mine. But how fun. This is fun. So how's everybody doing? I want as we'll go ahead and keep doing your thing. Keep doing it, and then I'd like to see once you've got a piece that you really like, because we're like at about 40 minutes in, so we want to check in with. We've lost a couple people, but let's see. We lost the lady. She was seasick. We had.
Oh, geez.
But sometimes you get like I get motion things. It just can happen, and and then Peg said that was great. Have to get ready for work. Work meeting. Thanks so much. So just to let you know that our new lady really enjoyed it, but she had to go to work, so
Good.
that's why she left.
Good.
Just so you know.
Okay.
So I'm going to just spotlight it for a second. I'm going to spotlight my camera or this thing, just so you can see kind of how mine kind of turned out. And there it is. And when it dries, I will cut it up, and it'll be interesting to see. This is wet, but it'll be interesting to see how it looks when it's dry.
Exactly.
Be able to
You
show
show us tomorrow?
Yeah, well, tomorrow at craft afternoon. Yeah, craft afternoon tea.
Yeah.
I will definitely show you. And then tomorrow, if you could show yours too, Denise, because
Okay.
but maybe for now, since I think I'm finished with mine for now, I'm going to take the pin off that, and I'm going to see if you could turn your camera onto your surface right now, possibly. And it's okay to move around.
Okay.
It's okay to move, but I'd love to show everyone what you've done. So here's her surface. Okay, look at that. So you've been working on 4 laid out.
Yes.
I see. So that's great. I only had enough room to make 1, but yes, I see the importance of having more room. Just to really.
Yes.
And did you put some string on that also?
I did.
Oh, what kind of string did you use?
I've got string left over from my rubber stamping days and things like that. And I tore most of them. I just tore them down to individual threads.
Oh, I see. Okay, so very thin. Yeah, very thin.
Yes, yes.
Can you put your take your iPad and just really face it on? If you could do it overhead, really good there, like that. Yeah, right. So we can really see it. Except your finger's in the way. There you go. Now that's good. We like your finger, but no, that's neat. I see the string.
I'm fired.
Now we can see and just kind of pan it a little bit along your table. Yeah.
So I actually have 5 pieces.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
In that amount of time. So you can do it slow or do it fast.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing this, Denise.